we're going to get into it with Saquon Barkley first. Because Saquon Barkley sat out an opportunity to set a NFL single-season rushing record, breaking not only my favorite player ever, my man Eric Dickerson's record, 2,105 yards, but he sat out, and then it sounded like he didn't want to sit out. So, Ephraim, I'm looking at you, because I know you got a response to that. When Saquon said, I'm going to tap out, what did you feel?
First of all, I was hurt because in this situation
already, he got another game.
Right.
OJ somewhere like, oh.
In this situation, you have a chance to do something that no one has done in 40 years, right? And I get it. Everything's locked up, injury, all of that. But when you're on the precipice of doing something like that, you can't pass that up.
Right.
The MVP for the NFL is no longer open to all positions.
It's his quarterback?
It's a quarterback award.
Okay.
This was the opportunity for that to shift back to someone other than a quarterback. Because if Saquon Barkley goes out there and breaks that record, how could you not give him MVP of the league and he breaks a record that's 40 years old? So for me, I felt like I was robbed, right? Like, I don't think the MVP of the league should automatically go to quarterbacks.
I feel that.
Right? And so this was the one opportunity I can see, and I said it in the past, someone has to do something no one else has done, right? Whether it be the receiving record, single-season record that Jerry Rice holds, that right?
Nobody touching it.
Or is it the single-season rushing record that's 40 years old? So in my opinion, 101 yards, he could have got that in the first half.
He could have got that in the first quarter where the Giants played.
Like, you get what I'm saying?
That part,
so that was an opportunity. For whatever reason, they deemed it wasn't worth it, and it's not going to happen again. We're not getting there again.
Oh, don't do that. First of all,
it's not getting there. No, I'm talking about for him. I'm talking about for Saquon Barkley.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
you think lightning's going to strike twice?
But
I disagree. I'm disappointed. Records are made to be broken, okay? And Dickie Boy is my guy. Don't get me wrong. Drafted by the Los Angeles Rams. And would I love it? Yes. But the fact is, it's about team. And one thing you're going to get from me most of the time in this conversation as we talk, it's always about the team. And think about all the accolades that come in history.
Yeah.
I locked it right next to Jackie Slater my first 2 years.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? And he carries that to this day proudly because he was the dude that made the dude. So therefore, it's about team. And anything that you do when you break a record, you know, I played with Emmitt Smith. I watched him, you know, every year be the leading rusher. And I knew how I knew how Eric felt. They get to carry. See, it's not just about one person.
One person, Saquon. But if you Saquon in that moment, and the conversation sounded like him and Nick Sirianni get on the phone, Nick, hey, Saquon, how you feel about it? Well, you know, I'm thinking about our Super Bowl opportunities. I'm thinking about the team. But, yo, I'm in a unique position. Can I go get this? My family really wants me to get it. I'm trying to say team first, but you know, you spell team with an M and E. Me.
The coach should
let me get in there. What are you supposed to do?
You know one thing I always try to look at stuff. I try to look at it from both ways. I try to look at it from me, and I hope you guys are in my same element. 16 games. Stuff getting done in 16 games and having that asterisk by it if he did break it. He had 16 games to break it. I love ED. I played in the 16-game era. You know.
So you in heaven with OJ.
So I'm looking at it like. I'm looking at like that too. If he did break it, would he have an asterisk by it?
What if Eric have an asterisk by it because OJ took 14 games, and then Eric 16, and he gave credit to OJ, 14, 16, and then 17 for Saquon.
We cannot determine on when you playing and how you play.
You're definitely right.
Let's get it out.
But that's why I say, look, I'm looking at it both ways.
Here again, if you a dude and you making plays and you have an opportunity to set a record for your team, for the history.
Well, you'll stop with that.
Look,
do you really believe that?
I really believe it. I'm about that, bro.
But this is my thing. See, I'm looking at it.
I'm not thinking about the whole team because I can get traded tomorrow.
But guess what, though? But you get to have, but when it happens, the moment that it happens.
Moment in time.
You know what? Emmitt walked away with my MVP, But guess what? I am so happy that it was about the team.
I love how you slid that in there.
No,
It sounds like you ain't happy.
See, that's what I'm just saying. But
What?
the fact is, I wouldn't be sitting on this couch. I wouldn't be recognized as James Washington, two-time Super Bowl champion.
Right.
If Emmett didn't handle his business, if I didn't handle my business.
But see, that's
on
why
that
I was
day.
trying. But
So it's about team.
But see, that's why I was trying to say. I'm trying to look at it from both ways. See, that's me as a fan. Me as a player. Me as an old lineman, I want to go down the history books with him.
Damn
Period.
Right.
I want to be the lineman that did it, part of that old lineman. See, that's what I told you. I'm looking for both ways.
Yeah.
You see, but me being an offensive lineman, being a left tackle, I want to go down there and be in the history books with him.
Yeah.
I was the old line that broke the record, you know? So that's when you talk about it's a team thing. I look at it like that too because the whole team's going to go down the history book. The head coach, he's going to go down the history book. Everybody. That's why I look at it.
The organization, the franchise, everything.
If I was a player, I would have wanted it too like that. But my first opinion was as a fan, the asterisk. Me as a player, I'm not going to give that to him because me as a player, I would want it too. And I know how hard it takes to go into it to get that. 21? But me as a tackle, what I would want to, every time they show them highlights about who
you there,
who gonna be in there jumping up there?
Every time they show a highlight, who they flashback on that one.
But you know how extra I was too. So you know I'm gonna be in them videos.
That's the only highlights we get
as
offensive linemen.
So I got two linemen here who's saying, look, the only way I'm gonna get some shine is if you go get yours, then I can get mine.
That's exactly
why we get shine the whole time is when our people.
Right. So that's a selfish motivation, even though it's laced in team.
No, but it's not selfish. Look at this. Look, I'll tell you why it's not selfish, right? If we're on the precipice of breaking that record, as a team, what are we doing? As an offensive line, as a unit, what are we doing? Right? We're doing something. If we're great, the team is great.
Right.
We're great, he's great, the team is great. Everything that we do collectively as an offensive lineman, that's how we're trained. You can get your individual sacks, the receiver can catch the ball, the DB can pick it off, but as an offensive line, we work together. All we know is team. If I'm on the line,
unspoken language.
And we're not going into the season saying we're going to break the record. We start clicking that about week 12, week 14.
We're like, we can get this.
Oh, we're close. We're going in trying to win and be a 1,000-yard rusher, you know. But then when we get closer, we're not being selfish because we're not saying that at the beginning of the season.
You go
but
get it.
But once we start getting closer and we're like, oh, this is attainable.
Let's eat.
Oh, we can get this. Oh, let's keep it going. Coach, call that.
Lane Johnson killed it.
Just like Tampa did. I love what Tampa did with Mike.
When he said that he wanted to rest, that was it. It was over.
It's tapped out.
It was over.
Okay.
Now, that's what killed that.
I need somebody over there to come tell me, I need one of y'all NARPS to let me know in a respectful way, if you say Saquon Barkley, what are you saying, and are you saying it with your chest? I need to play. Somebody, oh, I see that Eagles shirt. Oh, God. Here go Carver. Don't stop bleeding green. But nah, for real, if you say Saquon Barkley, what you do in that moment? You playing?
Step up to the mic. Step up to the mic.
Yeah, let's go.
I ain't gonna keep turning around, so I'm just gonna listen, all right?
If you say Saquon Barkley, you're saying you really want to do it, but he's a soft-spoken dude, and he just got out of a bad situation with the Giants, so he's probably not going to rock the boat. He's not going to pull an A.J. Brown and be a little more aggressive, telling him what he wants. He's going to be a team guy, but at the same time, when he get in that group chat with the fellas, he going to say what y'all saying right now.
and our goal in life is to live through the group text, right?
Yep.
Our goal is to make our group text our real life. Yeah. That's the goal in life, to close that gap.
I don't know if Saquon is saying that in the group chat. I don't think Saquon is like that. I think he did exactly what he was thinking and chose to not play. But I think everybody else is looking at it like, you should have been out there. Yeah. You got to take that record. That record's been sitting for so long.
Yeah, 40 years.
I think he's
I don't
really
think that was the
talking-
coach's decision.
He's focusing on
I think that was his choice.
winning a Super Bowl.
No, that's love. That's love. We're going to have to bring Justin over here for the next conversation because I know how we're going. So can we table this by saying Saquon didn't necessarily say what he really wanted to do? Some part of this?
Can I hit one more point?
Yeah, hit all the points.
2016 when I played with the Raiders, my only second time only making the playoffs. We go into the Broncos game. Coach doesn't rest anybody. I bust my knee. Can't play in the playoff game. Ooh. So I got to look at it like that too.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Risk
it's
averse.
tough.
And that's the point.
It's
that
tough because I missed my second playoff game.
If you fighting for Super Bowls,
Yeah.
your coaching staff looks at it totally different. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it could be one play, two plays that change the whole trajectory of your postseason.
Yeah.
So that's how, as a coaching staff, that's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
But so you say, let's look at it as a unit, as a team, I want my dude to carry that torch.
Yeah.
But as a coaching staff, we got more business to handle. We got stuff to handle, and we need you to be fully healthy, fully ready to go. Can't be nicked, get in that game. Because, dudes, we play defense. It's not, we going to play a little harder for him not to get the record.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm not saying that I'm going to hit him late, but I'm going to hit him like right there on time.
No, the echo of the whistle.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I get
and
all
it's
that.
like, you're trying to get him out there. You don't want, as a defensive dude, I don't want that record to happen on me.
Okay, so this whole situation, I think it became something conflicting because the playoffs are looming. And because of the playoffs, you're like, I can't have my boy nicked up, can't have my boy hurt like you were,
But then
and missing the playoffs.
my game didn't determine where our seed was. And another thing, we'll be sitting here in a couple weeks from now, maybe having a whole different conversation if Philly goes and wins this thing.
But see, they're not mutually exclusive. I could win a Super Bowl and still set the single season rushing record.
absolutely
So,
right.
Coach, why are you making me pick when you ain't got to pick? That's why I'm looking at Nick like, dog, you tripping on me.
He should have been like, look, as a team, they should have had a team meeting. He said, look, we're going to do this.
I think
They should have stepped up for him.
It should have been, the onus should have been on him. He should have never even been like, hey, what do you think? He should have been like, look, this is a moment in time. We may never get here again. So what we're gonna do,
And may not get to the Super Bowl.
And take a vote.
what we're gonna do, let's right? Saquon already had an opportunity earlier in the year, if you guys remember this, to get his single game rushing record.
Right, and tap.
And he tapped, let the young guys go eat, right?
Yeah.
So you gotta pay that forward. Because those are yards that could have minimized how much he needed in the last week.